Thank you for calling Quality Inn at Kingdom City. Please hold.
Oh, wait. I just had a quick question.
I'm sorry for the wait. How can I help you?
Yeah, is this the front desk? I just had a question.
Yeah.
How can I tell if if someone else, like an employee or another guest, like, is there an easy way to tell if they're like wearing a hat?
As far as identifying employees?
No, like an employee or another guest. It's like an easy way to tell.
Well, there's no standard uniform between guests at the hotel.
So there's no way to know if they're going to be if they're wearing a hat or not?
If a guest is wearing a hat and they're within sight, then I can tell if they're wearing a hat. But
so I come to you and then you'll tell me, or I guess I don't follow.
I'm not certain I understand the question.
Just how to tell, like so you're saying that it would only be employees, so employees wouldn't be wearing a hat, is what you're saying, or they could, even they could, and we don't know.
Well, oftentimes the employees will have a certain shirt that has the company logo on it,
but they don't have a hat,
a magnetic badge, but there's not usually
they don't have a hat.
As far as I know.
So you don't even check them, do you? You just check the guests to see if they're wearing hats?
I don't tend to make a large note about whether or not any guest is wearing a hat.
Okay. Well, you said you would have to see them with if you could put your eyes on them, then you'd be able to tell, and then that's how we can figure it out.
If I saw someone, then I would be able to tell if they're wearing a hat, yes.
Right, so I come to you to check.
To check if someone's wearing a hat?
Yeah.
I'm a little confused as to why this is a necessary line of questioning.
Well, I don't want to get surprised.
Surprised by what?
Like a hat?
What is this relevant to?
Well, I think I could get spooked or something, or you taught me all this stuff about how employees aren't allowed ever to wear hats, and no employee will ever be wearing a hat. And
I did not say that.
Oh. Is that logged somewhere? At least. I'd just like to have a rough idea of what I'm working with.
Well, at the moment, I am the only employee in the building.
Okay, and how can I tell? How can I tell?
A hat.
Okay, all right. That was my next question. But as far as the guests go, there's no way to. Oh, you check them on the way in and way out. Are you allowed to write it down? Are you allowed to write it down? Or
I
no?
don't generally write down whether or not a guest is wearing a hat. No.
Would you be able to do that though?
Why?
So then, when I ask you, you'd have like notes to go back to, and you're not just having to rely on your memory.
I don't know that that's something that any random person is entitled to know.
Well, if you'd already done it, I meant, then you would have just, as soon as I called, you would have been able to tell me, like, anyone who was, or not.
Is this a problem that you're likely to encounter?
Oh, yeah, no, I see people with hats all the time, yeah.
And this is a difficulty for you as an individual?
Well, just to figure out if they're wearing one or not. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell, yeah, correct.
Okay. I am not certain that I have the requirements or the capability to really help you with that particular situation.
Okay. But you can still check them when they come in and come out, right? Like, you're not going to stop doing that now, are you?
I can assure you I am not likely to stop doing that, but then again, I have to start doing that.
Oh, but no, you said that you can lay eyes on them and you can determine that way.
If I see someone, then I will know if they're wearing a hat, yes.
Okay, and you'll keep track of it for me.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Ted?
Ted.
Yeah.
Are you a current guest at the hotel?
Oh, no.
Are you going to be a guest at the hotel?
It depends on, like, the whole hat thing.
Okay, well, I cannot guarantee you that any random guest that walks into the building is or is not going to be wearing a hat while you are here.
Okay, is that something I could schedule then? Just because you're saying you can't, like, just on the fly, you can't just guarantee it. But if I, like, set it up with reservations or something, is that something we can do?
No, because I cannot guarantee when any other guest is or is not going to arrive.
Mm-hmm. But you'll know whether or not they're going to be wearing a hat. But you just don't know when they'll get there?
I will not know whether they are going to be wearing a hat until they arrive at the building.
And then you'll ask them?
Why would I need to ask them?
Because if you can't lay eyes on them, then you'd have to. That's the only way.
I am not going to start asking every guest who makes a reservation with me whether or not they will be wearing a hat when they arrive.
So it'll just always be a surprise.
You would have to take some responsibility for that on yourself and determine by your own looking whether or not someone in the building within the site is wearing a hat.
I don't understand. Why am I responsible for all of that? You mean just to do all the checking? So is there like a chair down there that I can sit in?
Do you intend to sit in the lobby and check every guest as they arrive whether or not they're wearing a hat?
If that's how you want me to show that I'm responsible, yeah, I can do that.
I am, again, uncertain as to why this is a problem.
Well, you said you didn't want to do it, and I'd have to do it for myself, to prove that I'm responsible. So now here I am offering...
I am saying that you need to take some personal responsibility for this particular issue, if this is a problem for you.
I can come down there. I'll do it then. I guess if I have to do it myself, I'll do it. Yeah, but it would be nice if I had somewhere to sit. I don't want to have to stand all day.
You said your name was Tim?
Yeah.
And your last name?
Oh, I can't tell you that.
Okay.
Well, do I have to? I'm not a registered guest. I thought you only supposed to give that.
Tell me your last name.
Okay.
I'm just trying to determine who I may be checking in or out, since you said that you might be a guest.
Well, once we figure out this whole hat ordeal, yeah. Once we put this to bed, yeah, I'll see what's going on, yeah.
Well, sir, I think if you have that much of a difficulty with anyone who may or may not be wearing a hat...
No, it's just hard to tell. It's like you never know, is what I mean. You never know. With some people, you never know. So, that's why I'd write it down. I would write it down myself. When I get there, I'll write it down. Even though you said you do it a different way, you have a memory method, I would write it down. That's going to be my system.
For what purpose?
Because I don't have as good of a memory as you, I guess, and
what purpose is there to tracking who is and is not wearing a hat?
You mean when I get home? You mean to put it in Excel?
I'm asking in general, what purpose do you have for this information?
So you can put, because once you have it in Excel, I don't know the exact keys that you press, but you can make a graph and stuff out of the data.
Is that what you intend to do?
It'll help me make in the decision-making process. I can't guarantee you what kind of a pie chart, bar graph, what I'm going to be doing.
What is the purpose for tracking this information?
To see whether or not someone is wearing a hat, I thought.
Why is that something that needs to be tracked?
Just how to tell if someone's wearing one or not, really.
I can tell you how to tell if someone's wearing a hat.
Well, that was the initial question, actually.
You look at them, and if they're wearing a hat, then they're wearing a hat.
Okay, and then what would I for my system, my graphing system? What would you recommend that I write down in an instance that would happen?
That is not under my purview.
Like a 0 or a 1, like a binary system, or?
That sounds like something that you would need to determine for yourself.
Okay. And again, you're not willing to do any of this for me, though. I got to come down and show you I'm responsible. To me, it sounds like you have a really good system already figured out, and you really don't need my help. But if you want to make me learn how to do it, so then I'll be good on my own later. Then that's fine. Yeah, dude, I'm really not trying to give you a hard time. I'm just trying to figure out if people are wearing hats or not.
Okay, well, I wish you luck with that.
Okay. And again, just before you go, you said you're not wearing a hat.
That is correct.
And your name was Tim?
That was your name.
Oh, yeah.
Have a good day.
All right, I love you.